24. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 66 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm with the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Lawrence. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
London about set to take over on offense. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them. So the bottom line, they just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another year left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's
on 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On 1st down, it's Morgan. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now Cade York for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Lawrence on 3rd down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bass. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2nd down and goal. Lawrence. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll get nothing out of that one. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Butker's kick here is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
To number 22. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
On play action, they'll throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
2nd and 11. And he whips that one incomplete there. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
The York on now for the extra point.